Firstly, consider online marketplaces. eBay allows searching for antique medicine cabinet-like globes or vintage aquarium bulb to find pre-owned or aftermarket options. Secondly, Etsy features sellers that offer a wide range of handmade and vintage glass globes that may be compatible. Thirdly, while unlikely to offer exact replacements, Amazon may have similar globes or adapters that can be used. Another avenue to explore is antique and vintage stores. Visit local antique malls and search for medicine cabinet-like globes or vintage aquarium bulbs. Websites like 1stDibs and Cherish may offer rare or replacement globes. You could also try hardware stores and electrical supply shops. Check the lighting section of home improvement stores for specialty bulbs or adapters. Contact local electrical supply houses and inquire about custom-made or off-brand globes. Several specialty lighting companies might be able to assist. The Antique Light Supply Company specializes in restoration and repair of antique lighting fixtures. Crescent Neon offers custom-made glass globes for lighting projects. Bulbs. Home carries a variety of replacement and specialty bulbs, including globes for medicine cabinets. Here are some additional tips to keep in mind. Measure the length and diameter of the broken globe accurately before searching for replacements. Check the voltage and wattage of the bulbs to ensure compatibility. Contact the manufacturer of the medicine cabinet if known to inquire about replacement parts. Consider using adapters or converters to fit non-exact globes into the fixture. If custom-made globes are necessary, provide clear digital pictures of the existing fixture and the broken globe. You might need to determine the base type of the bulb for the lighting fixture, such as a screw base or bayonet base. This information helps when looking at different types of adapters. If the adapter does not fit exactly, the customer may need to use a file, grinding wheel, or cutting wheel to make slight modifications to it. If the existing lighting fixture has a ballast, be sure to determine its operating voltage so that the replacement bulbs or light-emitting diode equivalents match the ballast. If the ballast is bad, the customer may be able to replace it. The customer should only replace the ballast with a ballast of the same voltage. If the customer is unfamiliar with the type of ballast a fixture uses, they may want to contact a licensed electrician who is familiar with those ballasts. The customer should check the underwriter's laboratories or UL listing on the ballast to ensure the replacement part has the correct voltage and wattage. If the electrical rating is exceeded, a fire could be created. An electrician should be able to determine if the existing wiring in the medicine cabinet is sufficient for the new lights. If the customer wants to modify the medicine cabinet, they may want to contact a carpenter or cabinet maker who is familiar with building modifications to existing cabinets. They can cut new holes in the cabinet or adapt the cabinet to hold the new lighting fixture. Check the local building codes in the area to determine if any codes affect the light fixture or any electrical wiring that needs to be done. If the customer is doing any electrical work, they should always turn off the breaker or fuse that controls the circuit. Use a non-contact voltage tester to check the wiring to be sure it is not energized. The customer should not attempt to do any electrical work they are not comfortable doing. They should call a qualified and licensed electrician to do the electrical work. If the light is extremely old, the customer may want to have a professional lighting restorer work on the medicine cabinet so that the electrical wiring is updated and is safe. A professional restorer can also carefully remove the old globe and try to preserve it if possible. The professional restorer can examine the cabinet and determine the best solution for replacing the globe. Also, if the customer is looking for a custom globe, they can contact a glassblower to create a replacement globe. A glassblower can use the old globe as a template, or the customer can provide the glassblower with the dimensions for the new globe. The customer can also provide the glassblower with the color of the glass if they wish to match the color of the old globe. If the customer desires, they can upgrade the entire fixture by replacing the existing lighting components with more energy-efficient light-emitting diode bulbs. This will save electricity and also reduce the amount of heat that is produced. This may also allow the customer to use a lower wattage bulb, which could reduce the fire risk. When dealing with old or antique fixtures, the wiring may be old or damaged, so replacing the wiring is recommended. If the original fixture had a specific style, consider searching for reproductions that match the original aesthetic but offer modern safety and performance. When considering replacements, it is important to check the color rendering index or CRI of the bulb to ensure it provides good color accuracy. A higher CRI value means colors will appear more natural. If the fixture uses a dimmer switch, make sure the replacement bulbs are compatible with dimming. Not all light-emitting diode bulbs are dimmable. Replacing the entire medicine cabinet might be a better option if the existing one is severely damaged or outdated. This would provide an opportunity to modernize the lighting and storage. If the customer opts for custom-made globes, they should get quotes from multiple vendors to ensure a fair price. It might also be possible to find universal globe fitters that can adapt a variety of globes to fit the existing fixture. These fitters come in various sizes and styles. Take detailed notes and measurements of everything. This will help in finding a suitable replacement. The type of glass is also a consideration. The original globe may have been made of clear, frosted, or colored glass. The replacement should ideally match the original type of glass. Also, if the original globe has any special coatings, this is also an important consideration. Always consider the overall style and design of the medicine cabinet to ensure the replacement globe complements the existing aesthetic. If the medicine cabinet is part of a larger bathroom set, consider how the replacement globe will coordinate with the other fixtures. If the customer cannot find an exact match, consider using a slightly different globe that still fits the overall style of the bathroom. When installing the new globe, be careful not to over-tighten any screws or fasteners. This could damage the globe or the fixture. If the customer is not comfortable installing the new globe, they should hire a qualified electrician to do the job. Safety should always be the top priority when working with electricity. Always disconnect the power before working on any electrical fixture. The National Electric Code, or NEC, contains many requirements for electrical installations. Refer to NEC section 410.16 for requirements about luminaires and closed closets. Also, refer to NEC section 410.56 for requirements about the type of lamp holders installed. For example, the NEC requires that pendant lamp holders be installed no less than 7.5 feet above the floor. Consider upgrading the wiring to meet current safety standards. Old wiring can be a fire hazard. Always use properly rated wiring for the intended application. Always make sure the replacement globe is compatible with the existing fixture in terms of size, shape, and wattage. Using an incompatible globe could damage the fixture or create a fire hazard. If the customer is unsure about any aspect of the replacement process, they should consult with a qualified electrician or lighting specialist. They can provide valuable guidance and ensure the job is done safely and correctly. If the customer lives in an older home, there may be knob and tube wiring present. Knob and tube wiring can be dangerous and should be inspected by a qualified electrician. If knob and tube wiring is present, it may need to be replaced to meet current safety standards. If the customer is replacing the wiring, they should consider using arc fault circuit interrupters or F-size to protect the circuit. F-size can help prevent electrical fires. If the customer is replacing the circuit breaker, they should consider using a ground fault circuit interrupter or GFCI breaker to protect the circuit. GFCIs can help prevent electrical shock. When selecting a replacement globe, consider the light output of the bulb. The light output is measured in lumens. The customer should select a globe that provides the desired amount of light. If the customer wants to save energy, they should consider using light-emitting diode bulbs. Light-emitting diode bulbs use less energy than incandescent bulbs and last longer. If the customer is using light-emitting diode bulbs, they should make sure the bulbs are compatible with the dimmer switch if they are using a dimmer switch. Some light-emitting diode bulbs are not compatible with dimmer switches. When installing the new globe, the customer should make sure it is securely fastened to the fixture. If the globe is not securely fastened, it could fall and break. If the customer is using a glass globe, they should be careful not to break it. Glass globes can be sharp and can cause injury. If the customer breaks a glass globe, they should clean up the broken glass immediately. The customer should use gloves and eye protection when cleaning up broken glass. When working with electricity, the customer should always follow basic safety precautions. The customer should never work on electrical wiring when the power is on. The customer should always use insulated tools when working with electricity. The customer should always wear safety glasses when working with electricity.